What's up traders? This is one of my favorite trendline breakout strategy, and by the end of the video you will learn a profitable day trading strategy that has a 70% win rate. So I need you to focus, take out your notes, and I will explain all the specific rules about the strategy. And hey, if you enjoy the video, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe so that you don't miss my upcoming videos on day trading. So in this strategy, I want to see a trending price action on 3-minute time frame. So once the market opens at 9:30, I want to see a trending market making higher highs like this or lower lows like this, so that we can place our trend line below or above the pivot points. And once the market makes a lower low and it crosses below this first low, we can place a trend line starting from this point. In this case, this is the high point. We will ignore the pre-market highs or lows, and we will only start the trend line after the market opens. We will extend the trend line at exact point, whether it is a wick or a candle body, to the first pivot. And once the market do like this, and we will enter on the first candle closing above. If it goes above the trend line and closes below, then we will not enter. Once the candle closes above, the closed candle should be green for the long position and the closed candle should be red for the short position. So in this case, the market broke below the low of the day. Then we start our trend line from first high, and we will connect the first pivot at exact point, and we will extend the line. I can show you again. Start the trend line from here and extend that by touching exactly from the first pivot. Look how it reacted on this trend line once, twice and 3 times, and then market moved up, but it closed with the high wick, so we cannot enter at a red candle. It went again, it crossed again the trend line and went back down. This time it really closes above the trend line, so we will enter here and we will place our stop loss 20 ticks below the last pivot. In this case, this is the last pivot. We will place the stop loss below 20 points. Here you can see the price at this point was 395.48, so the stop loss will be 395.28, and we will have 1-to-1 risk reward for the strategy. So as you can see, we have hit our target, so it's a winning trade. And remember, we can not place another trend line like this because it is already crossing our first trend line. So the next trend line should never cross our first trend line. That is the important part. Now you can see the market has given us another opportunity to draw a trend line because it has made a new low. So we can draw a trend line here starting from this point, and we want to connect our trend line exactly at the high of first pivot. So now it is closed above the trend line, and remember, we can only enter if the closed candle is between 1 to 3 from the last pivot. For example, in this case, this is the second candle closing above the trend line. Here it was the first candle closing above the trend line. So we will enter here with a long position, and our stop loss will be 20 points below the last pivot. Another important thing to remember is we can only take maximum 3 trades in a day on 3-minute chart for this strategy, and all our entries should be before 3 p.m. After 3 p.m. we will not enter the market with this strategy. So that's a losing trade. For this day we are already done, and we have 2 winning trades and 1 losing trade. We will move to the next day. Here we got a breakout candle, and this is the 3rd candle after the pivot has formed. As I told you in the start, that we can take only first, second or third candle after the pivot has been formed and the bar closes below the trend line. And another rule, that the bar should not be too big as compared to the previous candles. For example, this candle is really big as compared to all other previous candles. If this was a breaking candle, for example, if the market was trending down and we had a trend line like this, and this candle breaks out and closes above the trend line, we will not enter at that point. I will highly recommend to backtest the strategy before practicing it with the real money, so that you have a confidence with your own backtesting. And please let me know in the comments how were your results with the strategy. So in this case, we had total 8 trades, from which 6 were winning trades. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.